Hello and welcome back to another video. My name is B and today we are making yet another winter item in the middle of summer. I just cannot stop making cardigans and jumpers. They are just my favourite things to make. So I'm sorry, I just can't stop. But this one is a fun one. This is one that I've been really looking forward to. I am basically going to be remaking my Crying Heart jumper. It's basically a jumper that I made last year sometime, but I made it out of cotton. And that basically meant that it's really quite heavy and it stretched quite a lot because it's so heavy. Like the sleeves have been weighing it down and stretching the collar over time. My mum was absolutely in love with that jumper, so I've been a lovely daughter and I have given that one to her. And I am going to make myself another one out of a sort of drapier, lighter, flowier material. And there were also some pattern updates and changes that I wanted to make because some people have asked me for a pattern for this one, so this one goes out to you guys. This is pretty simple because I already have the chart made up, which I did on Stitch Fiddle quite a while back. Stitch Fiddle's very easy and intuitive to use, so if you want to do any sort of graphic knitting or crochet even project, I would use Stitch Fiddle. It's very good. So that's nice and easy, and I have just sat down and done all the calculations to make the garment the size that I want with the yarn I have chosen, which is once again Drops Air. I just keep using it. I love it. I think it's so nice and light and it's not too hot. I've been wearing my my black v-neck jumper that I made in my Pinterest video. I've been wearing that still up to now and it's the middle of June. So I'm going to be using that again. And I am going to be updating the pattern a little bit, as I said. I'm going to be making it longer. I'm still going to be doing folded over, like a double fold. What am I trying to say? A folded hem. I'm going to be doing folded hems for the sleeves and for the bottom of the jumper, just because I think that's quite a nice, interesting design choice. And it'll make it a nice slouchy fit. Because I want it to be nice and oversized and slouchy rather than having ribbing making it tighter. That is the plan for what I want to do. And I have a confession to make. I was just so excited to get started that I might have already cast on. But it's not too much. I have done the classic drop shoulder and my German short rows. That is the way I construct most of my pieces, by the way. I cast on the width of the body, I figure out how wide I want the neckline to be, and then I basically slip all the stitches up until the start of the neckline, purl, turn my work, and then I do German short rows out until the edge. That is my bog standard method of making drop shoulder things, and that is the way that I find fits me the best and makes it so it doesn't ride up at the front or the back or anything funny. Nothing much else to say. I will be writing the pattern as I go for this one, as I find that helps so much to write it as I go so I don't forget anything. I already actually drafted it a while back when I started making it, so it's a lot easier because I already have something there to go off of. Thank you, past B. But I'm going to stop yapping now. Stop yapping like I always do, and we will start knitting. It's going to be quite boring for this back panel, so I'm just going to try and whiz through it. It has been a few days since I've done a proper update. I think I haven't actually spoken to you since I started, and I can only apologise. Work has been crazy and I had some deadlines, but they are gone now. No more horrible deadlines at work, which means that I can knit so much more now. Let me show you what I've done so far. because I have done a fair bit. I thought I would just plough on with the boring bit, aka the back panel, because it's just a big square pretty much, isn't it? Who really cares about that? But let me show you. Right, we still have some yarn attached in places. Ooh! Whip this bad boy up. I have put the stitches on hold at the bottom because I'm unsure how long I want to make it. This is about where it would be. Bear in mind I'm wearing a really long t-shirt. But I'm thinking maybe a little bit longer because I want it to be like a nice oversized fit and cozy. I don't know yet. We'll see. But I have left those on hold and I have started up the left shoulder, left when worn. So it'd be like this. Boop. This has been a really nice project to self-draft because it's a very similar construction to my Too Cool for Pool sweater, which is a drop shoulder intarsia jumper as well. So that's been super, super nice. It's not been too much brain power. And especially once you've done the little armhole increases here, it's literally just straight down. It's nice and mindless, which has been nice with how stressed I've been this week. Very, very nice. So I have got the chart, the colourwork chart, all done up. And I'm basically just going to do left shoulder, right shoulder, join, and then start the colourwork back and forth. That's basically how I've structured my jumper. That's how I do most of my jumpers now, my drop shoulders. I will do the neck opening, then I will do German short rows. So it's like a nice slope. And then for when I'm working in, when I'm not joining, when I'm doing like the colour work, you've got to work it in panels because with intarsia you can't do it in the round, which is unfortunate. So then I just cast on some stitches under the arm when I feel like it's a good length of the armpit. And Bob's your uncle. Nice and easy peasy. Yeah, I'm really liking the feel of the fabric so far. It's exactly what I intended. As much as I loved the cotton one I did before, it was just too heavy. I am off to a summer fete today and see some friends. So I'm hoping, James and I will probably share the driving. Hopefully I can get some knitting done on the way there or back. That would be very nice. But I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be like a dog show, summer fete, lots of nice things to look at, and I just want a nice chill, sit down, little cup of coffee and a knit, because it's just been such a stressful time. And I want to have absolutely nothing on my brain now apart from knitting. That sounds good to me. I will see you at the summer fete. Hello! Today I join you on B-Day. It's my birthday. And I've already got my nails done for my birthday. Ooh! But I've started the day off with James making me a treasure hunt around our flat. Bless him. It's like a tradition that we have now. And what he got me, I think you will be very interested in. Oh my gosh. I've wanted one of these for a really long time. So I had the Knit Pro Symphony set, and it came in this like plastic, normal, like a little zip up thing. But I've had it for a year and a half now since I started knitting, and all of the pockets that the needles go in had all started to split. Things were falling out, and there just wasn't very good organisation. So James, bless him, got me this. Oh my God. If that isn't an improvement. Oh, I love it so much. But that is a blooming great start to the day. And it only gets better. Debs, who you will have seen before on the channel, lovely, lovely Debs. Check her art out as well. She is amazing. She's taking me into Oxford for a little craft, a little coffee, a little mooch around, maybe a cocktail. And then we are going to be paddleboarding later because it is the hottest day of the year so far. It is like 31 degrees, very humid. I need to be in some water. But we've got such lovely plans. I'm really, really looking forward to today. But I need to update you on the jumper. God, I keep forgetting. I have been having so much fun with this. I forget how much I love stranded colour work until I'm doing it. Because I'm doing a mixture of intarsia and stranded colour work for like the edges of the heart, just to make sure that there's not loads of gapping. It's so satisfying to work up, like when you're ticking off the rows of a chart, to see the graphic forming in front of your very eyes. Oh, I love it. But let me put it on for you because I'm very brave, even though it's hot. Oh, look at that, the little eyes are forming. And the neckline was something I wanted to fix from the previous iteration because I think the neckline was just way too wide, and I am much happier with this. I'm planning on doing a folded 1x1 rib for the collar. And would you look at that? It is working up very, very well. And I really like the way that the Drops Air looks. I think it makes it look, what am I trying to say? Honestly, I just started a sentence and I didn't even know where I was going with it. It's gone, I'm sorry. It's gone. I think what I'm trying to say is I think it looks a bit more illustrative with like a fluffy yarn. It looks more like it's drawn or painted rather than with like a merino or a cotton, which looks a lot more pixelated, which is cool in itself, but just different looks, you know? And that's absolutely fine. But yeah, it's a very similar construction to my Too Cool for Pool sweater, as I have said before. I'm doing the back separately, the front separately, and then I will seam together up the sides. And the only reason I had to do that is because you can't do this colour work in the round, which is a shame, because that is my preferred way to work. But the pearl rows have not been too much of a headache, been nice and easy. So I can't complain too much. This is going to be the project that I take with me to work in Christchurch Meadows. I have got the iPad with me so I can tick off my rows, and I'm going to bring my lovely, lovely new knitting kit. What a great day! Oh! Ooh. Well there, I haven't updated you since my birthday, and for that I apologise. But I have simply been getting on with things. I finished the colour work and I have seamed the panels together. So serious progress has been made. Let me show you. It actually worked up surprisingly quickly. It was so satisfying to see the rows working up and crossing off all the rows, and it kept my brain nice and engaged because I wasn't having to pay massive attention to the chart. Well, I mean, you are having to pay attention to the chart. Maybe I should just stop lying. But I was still able to do it while watching programs, for example, because I just had my iPad there, would just check every now and then for what colours I needed to do at what time. And it was just very nice, easy breezy. And it felt like it went quicker than the back panel, to be honest, because I just like seeing everything working up. This entire front panel is basically stranded colour work. I did sort of intarsia around the outsides where I just twisted the yarn together so there wouldn't be a gap in between, basically. But yeah, it looks really good, and I was trying to be very brave and I was picking up my floats every 5 stitches like I know you're meant to do. I didn't do that for the previous iteration and my rings always got stuck in the floats when I was trying to put it on, so I thought I'm going to do it properly this time. Let me air out my dirty laundry, let me show you the inside. Huh? It actually looks really cool. You can see where I picked my floats, so the little white specks. But this has got to be the neatest inside I have ever done. I mean, it looks really cool just like that. Anyway, on the wrong side, let's get some appreciation. I'm very happy with that. I don't think I'll be getting caught quite so much. And I think I was keenly aware on trying to keep a good tension so that the front panel wouldn't be pulling too much or it wouldn't be too loose, and then there'd be some really like long or big stitches in some places. And I'm not gonna lie, I think it's bloody spot on. Not to toot my own horn, but I mean, it is my second try, to be fair, so there is that. I'm really pleased with that. I think it's gonna block out super nicely as well. It'll get all nice and loosey-goosey. Doesn't feel too thick either, where the colour work is, which is very, very good. Next stage, I'm going to do the neckline because I want to get all the ribbing done and out of the way. And I feel like once the neckline's done, I'll have a better idea of how the sleeves and everything's going to sit because it tends to cinch it up a little bit. So that is the next order of business. I'm going to pick up 3 of every 4 stitches round the collar so that it cinches in it a little bit and it'll be nice and snug like a crew neck. And I'm going to do 1 by 1 rib and then fold because that is just, I think it looks the neatest on a nice jumper. That's the plan. Let's get picking up stitches. Oh, hello there. Come here often? I thought you are well due an update. I can show you how much I've done. Oh my god! It is working up super quickly. So that's the collar all done. It's a folded 1x1 and it is the perfect size, if I do say so myself. I thought I would make it a little bit on the smaller side, but not so that it's tight against your neck, just because I know that the arms are going to drag it down and stretch it a little bit. And it's the right size where it's not like sticking out or up or anything. I think it's going to block beautifully. So sorry if you can hear all the jingling. It's my stitch markers that James got me for my birthday. But I finished this sleeve yesterday. Bash. And you can see all of the stitch markers here. These are all the decreases that I did. We've got a little folded hem finish on the end and on the body. I just thought that was a nice touch and something that you don't see that often on jumpers. I just didn't want it to be your bog standard jumper, although it's very, very easy to switch out for 1x1 ribbing if that is what you prefer. I'm not going to force you to do a folded hem, am I? You do what you want. But I just thought it would be a bit funky and different. But I have just started on the second sleeve, as you can see. I'm doing the thing with decreases where every time I decrease on this side, I'll nab a stitch marker from this sleeve so that I am tracking the same amount of decreases. Just makes it a little bit easier and I don't have to double up all my stitch markers and stuff. I like that very much. But would you like to see some of my new stitch markers? There we are, look. So they're autumnal stitch markers. Look how sweet they are. So lovely. And you know what? I'll treat you to a little try on, won't I? It'd be rude not to. Bloody heck, I just filmed that whole bit without having my mic on. What? Stop being stupid. Here is the sweater. I think she is really, really nice so far. I'm very pleased with it. I think the length is pretty freaking good. I wanted it to be about here because I wanted it to be nice and oversized. But I think with blocking, I'm expecting it to get a little bit wider and a little bit longer. So that should be accounted for. The sleeve I'm very, very happy with. I'm hoping it blocks a few centimetres longer because I like my sleeves about this long. But in the pattern, it's very easy to add or reduce rows. And I think the sleeve decreases at a really good amount. I love the cuff width. I think it's not too big so that it's a hindrance, but not too small so that it looks out of proportion with the jumper. And I think the collar is a raging success. I think it's perfectly in proportion with the jumper and I think it's a really good size for a crew neck. I don't think it's too big, I don't think it's too small, too tight, and it's not uncomfortable because it's not like touching your skin too much if you're wearing anything underneath, which is perfect for me. I was also incredibly brave and I wove in. I finished all my ends yesterday. Bam. Sorry for flashing you. No more ends to be seen. Just some lovely neat colour work on the inside. I actually cannot get enough of the inside. It's so neat, by my standards at least. I'm very happy with that. I love her, although it's very seasonally inappropriate and we are about to have a 30-degree heat wave again. I still like knitting jumpers in the summer and you can't stop me, so stop trying. I have just got this sleeve to finish off and then I've got to block it, which hopefully it will dry very quickly because it's 30 degrees over the next few days. And then she is finished. Just got to finish up writing the pattern, which I have graded now, by the way. So let me know if you want a video on sort of size grading and self-drafting and all of that spiel. I would be more than happy to give you any tips that I know that I've learned over the years, over the 1 year. I think that's all. Maybe I should stop talking now. Yes. I'm going to stop talking and just carry on knitting because that's what I'm good at. And goodbye. the actual frick. Oh my god, I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. I wasn't expecting the vlog to go this way. I honestly just had the best day ever. It was such a nice day. James did such a good job, bless him. And I'm just so incredibly happy. My heart feels very full. Life is feeling seriously good right now. But I basically, after that clip and that day, it was a whirlwind of seeing friends, celebrating, telling people, and a really busy weekend. So I basically just finished up the jumper and then blocked it. And it is finished. It's finished, finally. I'm going to try it on for you now and hopefully you like it, because I like it very much. It's exactly what I was hoping for it to be. Let's get it on. Here she is. What do we think? I absolutely love it in this yarn. It is so soft. It's so drapey. It feels so comfy and slouchy, exactly the way I wanted it to feel. And to be honest, I really like the feature of the folded hem finishes on things. I think it's something a bit different and it makes it look like a bit more of a slouchy, cozy fit. And the neckline is perfect. This is the exact sort of crew neck I want for jumpers. I'm just super happy overall. It is exactly what I wanted. And I really missed having this in my wardrobe after giving it to my mum, because I am the best daughter ever. But I basically just have to finish writing up the pattern for this now. It is very almost there, but it will be finished by the time this video goes out. So as you are watching this, if you're watching as I've uploaded, the tester call for this jumper will be out, and I will have a link in the description to take you to that form if you would like to apply. If you don't, I'm not going to hold it against you. Don't even worry about it. So the tester application deadline is the 10th of August, and the deadline for finishing the sweater itself is the 5th of October. So that gives you a good 8 weeks to knit up a jumper. So if you like the look of this, if you want to give it a test, please feel free to apply below in the link. I'm planning on releasing it on the 11th of October, so hopefully it will be seasonally appropriate when it is released, because it was not when I was making it. We had some of the hottest days of the year as I was working on this. But that is everything. I've really enjoyed making this jumper, I must say. This is one of my favourites I've made in a while. But thank you so much for watching if you've made it to the end. And thank you if you're going to apply. Let me know if you want to see anything in the future. But I will see you in the next one. Bye!